right, coming back at you with another lesson today. Like I said, yesterday's class, the phone overheated, and this is my partner. He used to teach me, but he had to move out of town for a while, and then when he moved back to town, his company put him on call on the weekends, and so he's recently been able to come back out here and stand with me, which I'm grateful to the Most High for that. So we're gonna get into another quick class, maybe a little bit longer. This class is called "Only My Children Can Sing the Song." First and foremost, Kohalayama, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakwakadash. Double honors to all the elders, the apostles, and the prophets, the Akiyan wa Akwath, coming into the sincere truth. Let's go ahead. The horn represents the calling together of the congregation. They also blew the horn for war and for various other things in biblical times. Now, we're going to get right into it. Like I said, this class is only my children will understand and be able to play the song. So let's see what that's about. Revelation chapter 14, KJV blue letter. Revelation chapter 14, KJV blue letter. Go ahead and start it. Read verse 3. Let's just go right to it.
And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
So the 144,000 elect within the 1/3 are going to be the only ones that are authorized by Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, to break down these scriptures. That's why when you go into the Christians, to the Muslims, and to any other ism, Judaism, Kabbalism, whatever it is, they always have some kind of flaw that they can't explain to you because they're not in the truth. Only the children of Israel, the chosen elect of the 144,000, are going to be able to tell you what this book is actually saying in sincere 100% truth. Let's jump over to Isaiah. We're going to do some jumping around. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and we're going to jump right to verse 20.
And though Yahweh give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
Now, for a very long time, they've been telling you lies, but the real teachers are back. The real prophets, the real elders, and the real apostles. And we are no longer being pushed aside. You will see us in these streets. What does it say? Cry aloud, spare not, raise up thy voice like a trumpet. Show thy people their transgression and Israel their iniquities. What is it? Let me get it. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to paraphrase that. Cry aloud, spare not. What chapter and verse?
Oh, really?
Cry aloud, spare not, raise up thy voice. What chapter? Isaiah chapter 58, starting from the top. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. You will no longer push us into a corner. You will see and hear the prophets. Matthew chapter 22, KJV blue letter. Starting at verse 8.
Then said he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy.
Keep going.
Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage.
So, it said the people that are supposedly in the truth are not worthy of the kingdom. Why? Because they're lying. So what did he tell us? To go out into the streets, and anybody that we could get of our people to bring them in. And the marriage is coming back to the fold. The laws, the statutes within the laws, the direct commands, the ordinances, the high holy days, the Sabbaths, everything, all of it. But keep going. Oh wait, no, you did it. You did it. So, I think that was it on that. Yep, I do want to bring this up. Go out into the highways and the hedges and preach to the wind. What chapter and verse? Luke chapter 23, KJV. Luke 14, KJV, verse 23.
And Yahweh said unto the servant, Go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled.
So, going back over to Matthew 22 and Matthew 1, going back to 22, 8 and 9, it's saying the exact same thing, right? It's saying the people that I thought that are supposed to be worthy aren't keeping the laws. So go out to the highways and the hedges and preach to the wind. Who's out there? The wind is the Israelites that are scattered to the four corners of the earth that haven't been woken up to the truth yet. You know what? Let's go over to the book of Mark. Because Mark chapter 14, sorry. Mark 14 and we're going to read verse 49. 4. Mark chapter 14. So, the only ones that can break these scriptures down, or the only ones, the 144,000 that know this song, you'll know us because we're different. We teach daily. Just because the camera's on doesn't mean that's the only time I teach. When the camera turns off, I still teach. When I go home, I take more notes. My brother right here does the same thing. Go ahead and read it.
I was daily with you in the temple teaching, and ye took me not, but the scriptures must be fulfilled.
So, all the prophets taught daily. Right now, this is our temple, right here on the corner, preaching to the wind. Every time another Israelite shows up and stands with us, we put another brick in the wall. And that's what it's talking about, building the temple. Not going to a bunch of Israelis and building a physical building when the Most High said, I don't dwell in buildings built with man's hands. That includes the Solomon's temple that they're telling you they're rebuilding. We're the temple. We're rebuilding Israel one person at a time. That's the temple. So daily we're out here. Daily we're out here teaching you guys what this is. Camera doesn't have to be on for this. Let's go back over to the book of Isaiah. Go back to chapter 30. Read 20 and 21 again. Daily. We teach daily.
And though Yahweh give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
And you see, go ahead.
And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left.
That's right. This is the way. The laws, the statutes within the laws, being sealed in your heart, which is your mind. So the only people that are actually going to follow the instructions of the Bible were sealed at the beginning of time. That's why I said you're written in the book of life. If you're not, keep it going. Step, kick rocks, because the Most High ain't dealing with you. Let's go back. Let's go to the book of Jude. It's only got one chapter. We're going to start at verse 3, then we're going to back it up. Now, let's read verse 3 first.
Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you, and exhort you that ye should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints.
Beloved, I give diligent and write to you common salvation. He is being saved the same way. It was needful for me to write it to you, to teach you. It was needful for me to teach you that you should earnestly contend for the faith. Because if you don't know about this, how would you have faith, or even know about trying to have faith or to build your faith? Now go back to verse 1.
Jude, the servant of Yahweh, Shai, Mashiach, and brother of James, to them that are sanctified by Yahweh the Father, and preserved in Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, and called. Mercy unto you, and peace and love be multiplied.
Keep going.
Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you, and exhort you that you should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints.
One more.
For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of our Yahweh into lasciviousness, and denying the only Yahweh, and our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
So this is talking about false prophets. Anybody giving you an offering plate and telling you soil a seed is a false prophet. If they want your money, they are false prophets. Lasciviousness, shamelessness, strangeness, to be lustful. How about the dictionary? The dictionary of a person, manner, or gesture, feeling, or revealing an overt or often offensive sexual desire. So basically, you're lusting to fulfill your own pleasure or desire. That's it. Lasciviousness literally means that you're lusting to fulfill your own pleasures or your own desires. And these are the men that try to fill their own bellies with other people's property. Now, when you go to the Christian church, they'll try to take your wife too. And some of these Israelite camps would do all kinds of craziness. Pay to be in the camp, pay to march with the camp, pay to have the precept package, pay to have everything, but it's got to be from the camp. You know what I'm talking about too. You know who you are out there charging people. That is wickedness. This word wasn't for people to make money off of. It was to teach the children of Israel how to get back into the kingdom. Let's also denying the only Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, so-called God in the name of Jesus, which are not correct names. Those I wouldn't even give those. I wouldn't even call those titles. But anyway, let's jump around some more. Let's go over to the book of Acts. We're going to just stay in chapter 20 for a while. Let's start at verse 26. Book of Acts, chapter 20, starting at verse 26.
Wherefore I take you to record this day that I am pure from the blood of all men.
The reason why we can say that is because we come out here and we tell you what this book says correctly. That removes our blood, your blood, from our hands. Because if we know something and we don't tell you, then it becomes our fault. But if we do tell you, then it's your fault. Keep going.
For I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of Yahweh. Take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock over the which the holy Hakodesh hath made you overseers to feed the church of Yahweh, which he hath purchased with his own blood.
Right there. For I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of Yahweh. In other words, we have not held out on anything. We're showing you exactly what the scriptures say. I have no opinion and I have no personal thought. I only read what the book says and then I break it down according to the book. I have a lot of zeal, so I'm not supposed to be a loud guy. I'm austere. That's also about the scriptures. The true men of the Lord are edifying the sheep daily and teaching the children. Keep going. Oh wait. And he purchased with his own blood. Who did he send to die for our sins? Yahushua. Keep going.
For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock.
Grievous wolves. And they come unto you, wolves in sheep's clothing. Where do you think that comes from? These are the false, wicked church pastors. They lie. They take your money. They buy themselves great lives. I mean, these guys have great lives. They have shoes that cost more than my truck. They got shoes that cost more than my truck. And these are the guys that you deem as holy leaders in the community. If your pastor has the nicest car in the parking lot, there's a problem. Keep going.
Also of your own selves shall men arise, speaking perverse things, to draw away disciples after them.
They don't care about the body, or they wouldn't lie. They care about the numbers. The higher the number, the more money they got coming in. It's all about money. You cannot worship God and mammon. You can't worship Yahweh and money. Either you worship one or you worship the other, but you're going to hold true to one and despise the other. That's in the scriptures too. Let's keep going. 30.
Therefore watch and remember that by the space of 3 years I cease not to warn everyone night and day with tears.
Feed the body. Teach everyone. Work on to feed the body. Teach everyone. I'm sorry. Read it again. I'm trying to read my notes at the same time.
Therefore watch and remember that by the space of 3 years I cease not to warn everyone night and day with tears.
He did not stop teaching for 3 years straight. And he was very sincere in his teaching. That's why I said I cease not with tears. He is literally just trying to help his people who are stubborn. Keep going.
I have coveted no man's silver or gold or apparel. Yea, ye yourselves know that these hands have ministered unto my necessities and to them that were with me.
So in other words, he didn't take anything from anybody, no silver, no gold, but his ministry, by preaching this word, is how he was able to make it through life. So the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, provided for him. Let's jump over to the book of, stay in the book of Acts. Let's go to chapter 5. Start at verse 40 and we're going to read 40 and 41. Acts chapter 5 and verse 40.
And to him they agreed, and when they had called the apostles and beaten them, they commanded that they should not speak in the name of Yahushua, and let them go. And they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name.
One more.
And they daily in the temple and in every house, they ceased not to teach and preach Yahushua Mashiach.
So, they called the apostles. They brought them in. They beat the brakes off them and told them, no teaching about Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai. You could teach Moses' law and that's it. You were not allowed to teach about so-called Jesus. That was pretty much illegal to these people. Not speak in the name of Yahushai. You can't even speak in his name. And what happened? They got beat for it because they wouldn't stop speaking in his name. How did they feel about it? They were joyful. They rejoiced in the name of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai that they could suffer shame in his name. So they were happy to be brought to a low estate. They were cheerful in their low estate. What was that last verse again?
And daily in the temple and in every house, they ceased not to preach, they ceased not to teach and preach in the name of Yahushua.
What did I tell you? We teach daily. Just because the camera's on doesn't mean that's the only time I teach. I have a 20 square mile job site where I work, and everybody on that job site knows who I am and where I stand in this book. Let's jump around some more. We are grateful to be defamed for this work. It's a great thing because we know at this low estate, the Most High is going to take us from the bottom and put us on the top where we belong, back in our position. Let's jump over to the book of Proverbs. We're going to start chapter 1. Proverbs chapter 1. We're going to start at verse 23.
Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
Right there. Reproof. What does he mean? He said reproof, right? It means to tochechach. Let me say it again. Tochechach. 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 So it means to reproof. Correct. Reproof. Chastise. So, in other words, to put correction on you. So, turn ye not at my correction. It's all right, brother. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you and make my words known unto you. So, the 144,000 elect are going to come back to the laws, statutes, and the laws, and the direct commands. And when they do, what does he say? I'm going to make my words known unto you. We're going to be able to play that song according to the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 3. Let's go. And what does the Most High, what the Most High requires, and he will put his spirit on you to speak his words. But when you do what the Most High requires, I'm always reading my notes trying to figure out what I was saying, like, I don't know, 2 years ago when I wrote this class. when you do what the Most High requires, sincerely, having that message truly sealed in your mind, knowing that you're compelled for some reason to just keep going at it, you've been chosen. That's who I'm talking to. Those are the only people I'm trying to speak at, because he's going to put his words in your mouth. Let's stay in the book of Proverbs and jump down to verse 20. For chapter 1, we're going to jump down to, we're going to go backwards to verse 20.
Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets.
Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. That's us. We're the wisdom. We're crying out right here on the corner, letting you know that your time is running out. And people think it's a joke. You know what? Ha. We think it's a joke too when you guys get burned. Keep going.
She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
How long will you simple ones love simplicity? How long will you love foolishness? That's why they say fools hate knowledge. Simple ones loving simplicity represents loving a foolish life, a foolish lifestyle. And where are we at there? Now, you know what? That's all I had on that. Let's jump over to the book of Romans and get a precept. Romans chapter 16. And we're going to verse 17. And 17.
Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them.
So, by the people that are living that foolish, worldly lifestyle, you have to remove yourself from them, or they will pull you down into their lifestyle with them. Wait, let me see if that's where I'm going. We're going to go back over to the book of Acts now. Acts chapter 20, and we're going to go back to verse 32. Acts 20 and 32. You got it?
Yep. And now, brethren, I commend you to Yahweh and to the word of his grace, which is able to build you up and to give you an inheritance among all them which are sanctified.
So, the word of Yahweh can build you up. It can give you an inheritance. Those are blessings. Oh, wow, something great just happened and I don't know why. That's called a blessing. But only, now listen, he can give you an inheritance among all them which are sanctified. Not everybody's getting this. Most people aren't getting this. Only 1/3 of Israel's getting this, and then the rest of the earth is not. That's why no one likes to read the Bible. Let's get sanctified. What does the word sanctified mean? Hagiazo. That's the Greek word. Hagiazo. It means to acknowledge, to separate from profane things and dedicate to Yahweh. So when you're sanctified, you're separating yourself from a foolish, worldly lifestyle. And you're dedicating yourself to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom Akam. You guys are Mexican, right? In the Bible, Mexicans are called Issachar, one of the 12 sons of Jacob, which would be an Israelite. probably about the first time I ever said anything to anybody and all the time I've been out here. But they were smiling, so let's keep going. 33. We're going to finish out in Acts.
I have coveted no man's silver or gold or apparel. Yea, ye yourselves know that these hands have ministered unto my necessities and to them that were with me.
And I already told you, he has ministered, and that's how he got the things he needed. And go ahead, keep going. We'll read through 36.
I have showed you all things, how that so laboring ye ought to support the weak, and to remember the words of Yahweh, Yahushai, and how he said, it is more blessed to give than to receive.
What are we giving you? We are blessing you with the truth. We are giving you the truth. You know why no one wants to hear it? Because the truth hurts. It's easier to be lied to, but in the end, you are not going to receive the kingdom. He's going to say, I did not know you. One more.
And they all wept sore and fell on Paul's neck and kissed him, sorrowing most of all for the words which he spake, that they should see his face no more. And they accompanied him unto the ship.
So these people were so engulfed in the Spirit when the prophet Paul left them, they didn't want him to leave. They're like, no, what are we going to do now? Because they had to fulfill the truth themselves. It was their time to start working on their own. Paul had already showed them everything. We're going to get, let's jump over to the book of Acts. Stay in Acts, and go over to chapter 26 real quick. And verse 22.
26, 22?
Yeah. This is a precept for, I think, verse 35, where he ministered for his necessities. We kind of read through it, but I want to get this precept of him ministering for his necessities. Go ahead.
Having therefore obtained help of Yahweh, I continue unto this day, witnessing both to small and great, saying none other things than those which the prophets and Moses did say should come, that Yahushai should suffer, and that he should be the first that should rise from the dead, and should show light unto the people and to the Gentiles.
So, having therefore obtained help from Yahweh, that's what that was my PowerPoint right there. You know why? Because he ministered for his necessities. So how did he get help? Through his ministry. Because he was doing the work of Yahweh. If I'm an employee for a company, after a certain point of working, they give me a paycheck. So after a certain point of doing the Most High's work, he starts sending out blessings. He doesn't just say, oh, you're blessed because I like you. That is not true. He has no respect of persons. And when we also obtained help from Yahweh, we also must be out witnessing the same. So we get help. The only way we continue in his help and him dealing with us is what we're doing right now. Teaching you. Because we got some truth, so we need to give that truth out to the world. How would I say that? We need to continue in our blessing by proclaiming. And I got one more verse. Same verse I was in every class with. Always Revelation 22 and 14 in every class. But I'm going to start today. I'm going to start at verse 12. I'm going to read this one. Revelation 22 and 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give unto every man according as his work shall be. What did I just tell you? You work at a company for a certain amount of time, and then they're required to pay you. Well, guess what? that comes from this book. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is getting ready to pay you for your works, whether it be good or whether it be evil. 14. Blessed are they that do his commandment, that they may have the right to the tree of life and may enter into the gate, and that they may enter in through the gates into the city. And with that being said, I did skip over 13. I went right to 14. But the ones I wanted to get was 12 and 14. So with that being said, if you have eyes to see, if you have ears to hear, I hope you're able to get something out of this message. Shalom.